Hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So today I'm going to do a little garden update. My daughter wanted to see it. I just want to make sure that and my girlfriend in Montana. So this is my raised bed garden with tomatoes. There's 6 tomato plants in there. They're really taking over now. I'm not so sure about that little blueberry bush. It doesn't look great, but I just did this on the whim of, well, if it makes it, it makes it. There's my new grapevine, and they are starting to take off, so I'm excited about that. And then now that trumpet vine has really started to take off, I've got about every 3rd day, as you can see up here, I've got to go ahead and direct that where I want it to go, because I don't want it to just ramble uncontrollably. It doesn't work that way. I have a new raspberry bush with some baby raspberries that I'm going to plant this week. And over here, ooh, look at that. That little, this is a Merlot grapevine. I'm going to put that out by the chicken coop. I got the hole dug. I need to get some really good organic soil to put in there with it so it has a good start. And then all these, I believe these are aces, and there's one on the other side here that actually has, let's go over here, that has tomatoes on it already. I can't remember what it is. I see a little tomato in there. Where are you? There it is. It's some kind of a bush tomato variety, and they're really, you just have to stake them so they stay steady, but they're pretty sturdy. They don't sprawl as much. So anyways, and this is the other trumpet vine and grapevine. Getting busy. And apparently I should get some grapes off these, but if I don't, next year's fine. So, and here's a barrel with some beans in there. And I've got to pick a few of the purple beans, like these, and as soon as you get them hot enough, they turn green, and they're delicious. So those were fun. Right there's my new Honeycrisp apple tree we planted, and there's another one because they need a pollinator. So I got 2 Honeycrisp apple trees, and then down here this is a pear tree that actually has will bear 3 different types of pears and does not need a pollinator. And I got a gooseberry bush right there. This is the neighbor's Virginia creeper, I think it is. That was hanging down on the ground, taking over everything, hiding my little blackberry bush and my raspberries, so I had to get it out of the way. But I got the raspberry bed all cleaned out, and I'm going to plant that little new one there where sage had pretty much destroyed all the drip lines. She's so good like that. Okay, I wish the lawn was mowed since I'm doing this update. Hold on for the ride. Okay, and this is celery, and for my friend Big Meat Sunday, this celery right here in the center is the very first one I planted from cutting the end off the bundle of celery. It grows incredibly fast and easy, and you can't hardly even kill it. I had one, and I'll show you here in a second, that I thought was dead and had left it for dead, and it took off. And this is another barrel with celery, and there's some green onions in there. And you can see that big old green onion in the back there. That is from an onion that I got at the store and replanted it. And I'm just trying to see how big that thing will actually get. It's giant. So that's what'll happen. And in this one was like the other one there. We ate that, and I replanted the end, and there it grows another time. So a 3rd time. These are my potatoes in potato bags. And they're all different. They're red, and Yukon Gold, and I planted them at different times. This one here, as you can see, somebody likes the leaves on this one, but not on this one or this one right next to it. Kind of crazy. Pretty. It's the only flowers I have, other than roses in the front. So this little garden area sure took off. And I mulched everything. I love it. When I pull the weeds, like I got a little pile of weeds there along the edge, I just leave them there to add to the organic matter. I wasn't crazy about these strawberry baskets at first, but I am now. They've given me berries a few times, and they're flowering again, as you can see. And they're not big berries, but they're the sweetest treat you can imagine in the morning when you come out to water. It's just wonderful. Anyways, I wish it would have told me what variety it was, but it has not. So these are my tomatillos, and there's still hundreds and hundreds of flowers on them. And for those of you that have never grown a tomatillo, they're fun. Okay, let's see. I see a little one. See that little one right there? It's like a little oriental lantern. I know there's one in here somewhere. So they flower, and then that little puffy lantern shows up, and then it gets filled with the tomatillo, and that is the husk that you would take off. So I have 2 plants here, and one of the women I work with is from Mexico, and she said they grow wild. I can imagine, because they're kind of like a tomato. They would just take off. So I've got green beans, rosemary, some more tomatoes. My habanero is flowering. I'm excited because you don't need many. Oh, there's a little habanero pepper. I love it. Can you guys see that? It's so tiny. Anyways, I get so excited about this cycle of life. And my basil, and there's parsley all around the habanero, and I try to buy organically grown plants when I buy plants, if I can. Oh, I wanted to show you, and I'll have to take you back to the organic, well, it's an heirloom gherkin, Indian gherkin. I don't know if any of you have ever seen it, but, and then here's the garden area. So I got green beans all along here, and peppers, and then tomatoes, and then there's green beans all along that outside fence as well. So I thought these were all pole beans. In fact, I'm almost positive. They're all flowering, and they are not vining at all. So I've got bush beans, it looks like. I don't know what happened, but looks pretty thick. And I'm letting the plants, the heirloom tomatoes that I got, I'm really letting them go ahead and sprawl and see what happens. One year, for lack of energy and drive, and I was just in a really sad place in my life. I had a garden, and my personal life was really not fabulous at that moment, and I didn't have the Lord in my life enough, and so I really just barely watered the garden. Then and all the plants fell over that I had staked or I had caged. And I'll tell you what, it was one of the biggest tomato harvests I've ever had. He blessed me so. It was amazing. So over here on my little potting shelf, there's that celery that I thought was dead. And I just stuck it over here. I was going to let it dry out. And I got a little bit of rain. And I saw some green poking out of the center. And I went, oh man, it's got to make it. So I've got rosemary. And this little tomato plant is just awesome. It's called a dwarf habit. And it's covered from top to bottom and still flowering. And these are these little teeny cherry tomatoes. So I'm going to take you in here, and I mulched everything. Now my only question is, because what we're going to do, I've got black plastic mulch or cover down in between, and we'll pull that all up, let all this mulch be down on the earth, and we'll go ahead and turn it under this fall with all the plants. and maybe even cover it again with another layer so it just kind of rots over the winter and gets busy. So these are my, oh, these are the 8-ball zucchini. And I've been picking them. They're so good. You have to pick them at the size. Oh, there's one. You need to pick them when they're the size of a cue ball. Oh, there's one. I got to pick that one. And then I've got giant zucchini because I'm going to make my hamburger relish. And I'm not sure what squash plant that is. I think it's crookneck, but it hasn't done anything but start flowering, so I don't know. And those are lemon cucumbers. These are all tomatoes. Beautiful. They're all flowering. And big old zucchini. Because you need 10 pounds of zucchini for the relish that I'm doing. So I'm going ahead and letting them get big. It's okay. I'll probably pick those tonight with that other. Oh my word. And there's the green beans. Some herbs over there. And Sage thatching my lawn for me. She's kind of crazy. I don't know why she does that. But she's got to thatch the lawn to get her frisbee that really is just a necklace. A floppy necklace. Anyway. So that's a garden update, and I'll take you over and show you that little gherkin. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm gonna make tomato sauce. You know, I usually have well, I've had up to 52 tomato plants. I didn't do that. I've got about, I think I counted after the frost got them, 30 something, but I should recount and see. It doesn't really matter. We'll have plenty for us and then some to bless somebody else. So let me take you over to the gherkin. And my battery is about to die. Okay, so this is a little Indian gherkin, it's called. And it's got these little tiny, I don't know if you can see it, prickly little cucumbers. They apparently get red like a tomato. And it's an heirloom variety, so I'm really excited. You can see the little flowers here. Yay! And out there by the chickens, I've got my watermelon and my pumpkin. It's finally taking off. It's been slow. Anyway. Okay, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed the garden update, and I'll see you next time. God bless.